Not trying to be like depressing or bleak when I say this, y'all, but like with everything that's going on in the world today, I'm trying to imagine.
Well, it's safe to say that this country is doomed. America is doomed. The economy is falling apart, and we keep getting these broken promises that the country is going to get better and progress. And we keep getting these broken promises year after year. So, in this video, I'm about to show you the reason why Americans feel like this country is doomed.
What the world is going to look like 20 years from now, and I'm currently 27, and with like the flock cameras, just there's a lot. It's not only just that. That's the thing. It's not only just that. It's the environment, it's the way that we're living. There's too much. And then on top of that, you want me to eat healthy, exercise, be sane through all of this, go to work 40 hours a week plus more to make ends meet. The rent prices go up. I'm just like, dead. Like, I know for a fact life was not meant to live like this. And that's the thing that really sucks. Then you got AI, then you got people using AI to think for them. And then someone did a video on here talking about how, if you have kids are going to be looking up to people who use like ChatGPT. People are asking ChatGPT, what should I have for dinner tonight? People can't think for themselves. The education. Like, when I say there's too much, it's falling apart. Ignorance is bliss. People don't have reading comprehension, literacy comprehension. Like, it's genuinely scary.
It's pretty ironic that the employees who actually care enough to point out issues within their company are the ones that get called in for having a bad attitude or not being a team player.
You know what blows my mind? Not AI, not robots, not even how expensive everything is. You know what blows my fucking mind? It's how human beings can just accept anything. Think about it. There's a time where people would have lost their fucking mind paying these prices for food we pay today. Now we just swipe our cards and keep it moving. There's a time where people would have thought carrying a fucking device 24/7, tracking our location and our attention was crazy. Now, we lose our fucking mind if we leave home without that motherfucker. And that's when it hit me. That's why so many people unhappy. Because adaptation and happiness ain't the same thing. We've adapted to things we hate. We've adapted to jobs we hate, bills we hate, stress we never asked for, schedules that drain the fuck out of us. And because everybody else is doing it, we've convinced ourselves this shit is normal. But normal doesn't mean healthy. Normal doesn't mean freedom. Normal just means everybody accepted it. See, they got us believing we powerless. But the truth is, human beings are some of the most adaptable creatures on this fucking planet. We've adapted to every fucking rule, every system, every change, every obstacle these motherfuckers have thrown at us. So if you powerful enough to adapt to a life you didn't even fucking want, why do you think you're not powerful enough to build one you do? If you can survive what you hate, imagine what you can become if you start building what you love. That's the part they never taught us to think about.
And them low-paying jobs, they have more fucking policies and rules and shit than the fucking high-paying jobs. They got you doing all type of shit, cleaning gutters and shit that ain't even with the job description.
I'm not gonna lie, nobody grew up with the dreams of being a cashier, a maid, a janitor, a security guard, a food prepper, or any of those other jobs out there, a Uber driver, any of those other jobs out there that's like odd jobs or middle or lower class jobs. Guys, just be nice to people. Respect people's jobs. Respect what they've been through. Because we got this thing that we do in America when we just look down on people based upon their jobs. And then you actually have a conversation with that janitor, with that cleaner, with whoever. And you come to find out, oh, this person's actually pretty cool and they actually do know a lot. Half of them nowadays actually have bachelor's degrees, believe it or not, because the degree is paying as much for the odd job as the jobs with the degree. So Don't be judging books by their cover just because of their job titles. Because you never know. That person that you're looking down on might be the person that saved your life. Might be the person that give you CPR when you collapse in public. It might be the person that just uplift your day when you're having a bad day. And worst of all, in your world of materialism, you might end up being that person, right? So as Americans, we got to get better bringing back the community side of this thing. Because when I travel to these foreign countries, it don't matter what the person's job is in Japan. They're going to have some level of respect from the majority of the community. It don't matter what a person's job is in Thailand. They're still going to get a sawadee and a bow for the majority of the community. It might not be as low as somebody with a great job. As we know, the bow, the lower it goes, the more respect you get. But at the end of the day, there's some level of respect there. And that's where we're getting lost at in America. So this is just a reminder. Let me know if you guys agree with this one. Make sure you like, share, repost if you do agree. And if you don't, leave a comment and let me know why.
I swear the universe knows when I've got a little extra money. It seems like it happens every single time. This time, I had a little extra money. I'd already spent it 4 different ways. I was excited. I got a little extra now. Oh, dryer's broke. Last time it was the truck. It seems like every time I feel like I'm getting just a little bit ahead, something's gonna break. Every time. Oh well, y'all have a blessed day.
So I haven't posted in a while. There's been plenty to complain about, but I'm leaving this job August 31st, and I think it actually might be the last day I ever work as a nurse at this point. The culture and expectations have just gotten out of control. It's really burned me totally out.
School was literally just preparing us in order for us to work a 9 to 5. It literally is the same thing. Like, you wake up at a certain time, you go there, you listen to somebody tell you what to do all day. You're pretty much miserable there. And you do that for the rest of your life. That's all school was. Obviously, yes, there are things that it taught us, spelling, math. I'm not saying that it didn't teach us anything, but I'm just saying, like, we're not talking about like what we learned. I'm talking about the conditioning of like who to listen to, obedience. I don't know the word for it, but if y'all know, let me know. But like the conditioning of how we're supposed to act, that is what school was for us. All of that time was to condition us to listen to somebody else and be obedient and stay within your white lines and just do it as you're told and don't go against the script. Not really standing up for yourself. All of those things were taught to us in school. And I know you're probably thinking like, what do you mean? I didn't take it. No, I just mean like the idea of like, if you do something bad, you go to the principal's office. If you do something bad, you go to HR. Like, it's really the same, bro. Like, we literally just, oh my God, y'all, what the fuck? Like, this shit is a game. This shit is a game. Like, all of this shit is a game. It's literally just like a real life Monopoly game. All of this.
Since I quit my job, I think I'm slowly becoming unemployable. And that might sound stupid. I don't mean that I'm incapable of working or that I think I'm above working or anything like that. I'm just feeling that the longer I spend away from a job, the less inclined I am to go back to one. Like I said, it's only been a couple of months, but I've grown very used to being in control of my own day. If I want to go for a run, I'll go for a run. If I want to walk, I'll walk. If I want to sit in bed all morning playing 38-0-0, I fucking will. I've also realised that things I used to do feel strange to me now. Asking for permission for a day off. Spending the whole week excited for 2 days of freedom. Being told where I need to be and when I need to be there. It just feels a little bit odd to me now. Look, I'm not saying jobs are bad. Most people need a job. Chances are, at some point down the line, I will end up having a job again. Hopefully not. Hopefully I figure something out. But chances are I will need a job. But what I'm saying is, the longer I spend outside of a job in this new life, the less inclined I feel to return to my old life. that inclined I am to sort of give that freedom back. I'm worried about the restaurant industry, I'm not gonna lie. I see more and more places closing every single day, like institutional places that have been around forever, that are staples of their communities. New restaurants aren't making it. The margins are so razor thin in restaurants already, and things just keep getting more and more expensive. I left the restaurant industry years ago and only get involved in restaurants when I'm consulting. Because as chefs that have been around for a long time, restaurant industry is for glory, but it doesn't pay most of the time. It doesn't give you benefits. You can't go to the doctor. I am happier than I've ever been in my corporate chef job, where they take care of me, compensate me. I can take care of my health. I can see my family. So what do we do about the restaurant industry? Customers seem to be over the overpriced things and don't want to spend money. I mean, you talk about tipping, everybody goes nuts. It's gonna suck when it's all gone. And then the world becomes like Demolition Man, the movie from the 90s, where every restaurant is Taco Bell. Might happen. What do we do? How do we save? Going out to eat, having a good time, and making it profitable for entrepreneurs. That's my rant for today. Love you guys.
Becoming mentally aware make your ass depressed like a motherfucker, because you see everything for what it is. You see through shit, you see through people, you see life for what it is, and you see shit some people are blinded to, man. And it makes it depressing because you wake up every day seeing through all the bullshit that everybody else is blind to in society. You see through the fake people. You see through the fake relationships. You see through the fake people in your life that's trying to be cool with you. You see through the bullshit ass jobs that's trying to manipulate you to make it seem as if you can work hard to work your way up in the job. You see so much bullshit, bro, once you become aware of everything around you, bro. Once you start noticing how people moving, how it's gonna end up, how a motherfucker you know that's finna betray you, so you gotta cut them off, and this is a motherfucker that you've been close to forever, but you paying attention to they ways and they pattern. It's like, bro, once you become aware of everything around you, bro, it makes you so depressed because you start to understand shit for what it is and what it ain't gonna be. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing about just being aware. You notice everything too soon. Sometimes you notice everything too fast, to the point you want to get this person benefit of the doubt, but you know you can't, because you know what the outcome of that is gonna be. So man, once you become aware of a lot of shit, bro, it changes your whole perspective on life, on how you move and you deal with people.
We are so brainwashed as a society into thinking that we have to be productive at all times, and that working harder than other people is some badge of honor, as if that's why we are on this earth, is to just make widgets for other people. And we're so brainwashed that most people will never wake up to this, but I'm so glad I did. But for a long time, I drank the Kool-Aid. I graduated early from college, jumped right into work, into consulting, proud to be working 50, 60 hours a week. Then I just kept going and climbing the ladder. I was a marketing director at 30, successful on the outside and on LinkedIn and on paper and making a lot of money, but at home was crying sometimes after work. I was so stressed and anxious that I couldn't sleep. I had nothing going on outside of work. I was so mentally and socially burnt out, I didn't want to do anything. And I felt like a shell of myself. And everyone's like this, right? And some people become heavily medicated just to deal with it. But then we shame other people who are stay-at-home moms or working part-time. Are you kidding me? We've lost so much sense of the purpose of being a human on this planet, and we think that it's to work and have things to show off for that work and compare ourselves against others, like, ooh, you work at a desk job, but I work in construction and therefore I'm a harder worker. We've just lost so much sight of it, and most people, like I said, will just keep going on the treadmill, and they don't even have these realizations. I had this realization at 30. I'm glad I did. Life is presumably harder to operate in this society after you realize these things. But once you do, there's no going back.
I remember back in the day in the 80s and 90s, you could get your hair braided for $25. I'm talking about the same braids, box braids, French braids, individuals, the same braids that they charging now for $300, $500, $800 was the same braids that they did in the 80s and 90s for $25, $30. The nails that they are doing now for $70, $80, those same set of nails was like $15, $20 back in the day. I ain't trying to knock nobody's game. I understand inflation and all of that. Get your money, boo-boo. But I'm just like, dang, them the same braids. What's changed? Ain't nothing, there's nothing new. Those same box braids that I was getting done 80s, 90s was $25. And now they $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800. I'm like, woo. Some things is changing. Get your money, boo-boo. Okay, get your money.
The starting pay of any job should be $20 an hour. It should be nothing less than that because, first of all, gas is already $4. Second of all, groceries are high. Everything is high.
That's what I came here for because I thought it was going to be the best way. But, well, the best way to get cost-efficient meat. But I don't think that it is. This is 90-10, which is good. It's $5.86 a pound. So we have 93.7 for $6.17 a pound. In my opinion, for me, that makes more sense. So I'm going to get a few of these, and I would rather pay an extra 35 cents a pound, roughly, no calculators, and I'm not a scientist, to be able to get something that's a little bit leaner. But you do what you got to do for yourself and for your wallet.
Maybe it's just me, but I am having a hard time getting into anything. I'll explain. Hold on, stop there. So, like music, TV shows, movies, I feel nothing towards any of these things. I know these are all just entertainment things, but I haven't listened to a new music or a new artist in years. Everything I listen to now just seems like fake, like music trying to be music, but it's not actually music. I don't know if that makes sense. And even if I do find a new song, it's just an old song that I missed the first time around. TV shows, there are good shows, but I feel like nothing for it, right? And I used to watch HBO back in the day, and Sopranos was on, and then it would roll into Entourage. Like, you felt something. I felt you were excited. Everybody knew it was like an event. Like, you would sit together. Like, that is gone. The concept of sitting down and watching like a 2-hour movie at my house, it's so far gone from me. And I just wondering if I'm the only person that has this feeling. Part of it to me feels like,
Sorry.
No, you're okay. Take your time. Part of me feels like it is scarcity. There's no scarcity of anything anymore. Million shows, million TV shows. Like years ago, yes, sweetie?
Got one for you and me.
Thanks, babe. Years ago, I would have seen that movie, one battle after another, in theaters, bought the DVD. Like, Paul Thomas Anderson, Leonardo DiCaprio, like, I was a movie guy. Didn't even watch the movie. It came and went, and I moved on. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm the only one feeling this, but I just feel nothing for any of these outlets that I used to have. Like, I used to be excited to watch something at night, excited to listen to an album, excited to go see a movie. I feel none of that. I don't know.
So this explains it clearly, the reason why Americans feel like the economy is doomed. The country is doomed. As you can see, we keep getting promised that it's going to get better. It's never getting better. The economy is continuing to fall apart. And America is doomed. If it doesn't make any drastic change, the country is going to be doomed in the next 4 or 5 years. As you can see, that's why you see a lot of people just crashing out everywhere, telling you how they feel And sometimes you have to let it out. Sometimes you have to cry. And sometimes you have to smile to keep from crying. Because what's going on around the world is going to shock you. Because you ain't ever seen nothing like this. So that's why you keep seeing these crash outs everywhere. People venting. And these are some of the best vents and crash outs I've ever seen. So we're here for it. But in reality, when do you think the country is going to progress? How many years you think it's going to take for the country to get better? Because we're doomed. And that's why a lot of people believe that we're doomed. You could just look around you and just see. When you go to the gas station, when is the last time you've seen a good gas price? You haven't seen one in a while. And that's the terrifying part. And that's why things are getting terrifying more and more as we continue to experience living in America. Some people moved away, left America, trying to pursue a better life. And I wondered, did they ever receive that better life that they was trying to pursue? So that's why in this video, we have to just show you what people are going through, what Americans are going through. And it's just crazy every time we see it. But we have to be aware of what's going on. We can't keep being unaware, living under a rock. So that's why we're here for it. So let me know how you feel in the comments. Please let me know. And that's my take on the situation. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.